everybody, John and Lynn here. As you know from previous videos, we recently bought an ambulance and off a government website, and we decided we're going to turn it into a camper. And we went camping recently to just kind of try it out and see what kind of things we wanted to change, what kind of things we wanted to leave the same. And we are now back and we have made some of those changes.
And one of those changes was the fridge. Traveling with a cooler, you have to constantly stop for ice to make sure things are still cold. You've got all the water that could damage things that's in your cooler. So we bought a little fridge, and it happens to fit exactly in where the jump seat was.
Yes, and it's a 12-volt fridge and didn't cost us very much. We'll put a link to all the stuff that we did below in the description. And one of the other things that we absolutely decided we had to change was the bed situation.
Yes, the sleeping arrangements that we tried out did not work at all. I ended up on the bench seat, which is about this wide.
It's super uncomfortable.
And really uncomfortable.
Right.
And he was on a...
Yeah, I was on the world's worst air mattress on the floor, and I kept feeling like I was rolling off to the side one way or the other. So either way, her being on a bench and me being on the floor was just not the situation we were looking for. So we also did not want to have a permanent bed in here. So we came up with a solution. We'll show it to you here in just a second, but I think it's a pretty good solution.
I think so.
Why don't we go ahead and head inside, and we'll start showing you what we did. So this is the solution for the bed that we came up with. We took a full-size mattress that we bought off of Amazon. It's a 5-inch thick memory foam mattress, and we cut it into 3 parts. 1/3 of it becomes the seat for this bench right here, which is quite comfortable. And then when we want to turn this into a bed, this comes off. And as you can see here, this is still somewhat useful for storage, although we've used part of it because the slats for the bed go down in there. But then for this, we've got chains up here that attach to the back of the part that you sit on. And then once you've got that chained up there to the monkey bars, this pulls out. And you have a full-size bed. And then you take the mattresses, and then we have the other 2 sections stored in one of the outside boxes. And there we go. We have a full-size bed with a 5-inch memory foam mattress. It's super comfortable, and I think it's going to work well. And the breakdown is super easy. Just flip it back up again. And once you've got it up here, just disconnect your chains. Throw them behind. Shove it back into place and put your mattress back, and you've got a bench again. So another thing that Lynn worked on was the screen that we put back here, because it's nice to have airflow moving through. And just show them what you did.
Sure. Without windows, without proper ventilation, it can get really muggy in here. So we decided we need to have a screen back here. So cut some slits in here. There's one door open. There's the other door open. And there we have a full screen. I edged it with some bias tape all the way around. At the very bottom, I created a little pocket to put a stiff rod, like a flat piece of metal in it, so that it would sit on the bottom and sit there without moving. Air won't move it around, and it'll make rolling it up easier.
And it's no CM screen, so it'll keep the really small bugs out that we have here in South Carolina.
Exactly. So then once it's rolled up, I have magnets at the top in a little loop so that it can be stored away. Then the magnets clip there, and this is just ribbon that I cut down and use Gorilla Glue to glue them to. And now we have
Now it's
open
open.
space again.
And we can get out there, no problem.
Exactly.
So the last thing that we did was to put a bike rack on the back of this here, and we had a bike rack that used to go on our car and, you know, mount front to back and sit on rails. But I mounted it sideways here on aluminum tubing, and I bolted the aluminum tubing directly to the frame, or to the bumper of the vehicle here. And then I put steel tubing inside the aluminum tubing for security, because when I was cutting through the aluminum with the Sawzall, I don't want somebody just coming up behind the vehicle here, cutting this off and taking two bikes with them. So the steel pipe will keep that from happening. And it's super easy to put up. The bike is lockable on here. And then just cinch down the wheel and you are good to go. And it's very secure. So the last thing that we decided we needed to do, and this was a really big one, was to work on the electrical system, because it was going to be a roadblock for everything else we did, from putting the air conditioning in to installing outlets and all that stuff like that. So what we did was, this box is now our electrical cabinet, and we put in 300 amp hours of lithium batteries and a charge controller, and we have a 3000 watt inverter which will run pretty much everything. Put it in yesterday. Works flawlessly. It charges off the alternator when the engine is running, and if we're plugged into shore power, it will also trickle charge the batteries at that time as well. So I'm thrilled that it's working, because I am not an electrician. I'm gonna put a link in the description below to another YouTube video that was actually very comprehensive in showing us how to do this. I am not gonna pretend I'm an expert in any sense of the word, so I'm not going to show you how to do this. I'll leave that to somebody else. But we are set up right now that we can go boondocking, we can go places where there is not electricity, and we will still be able to run our coffee pot and anything else that we want to run. One other, what seems like a minor thing, but actually ended up being a very large job, was to get all the stickers off the side of this vehicle, including the residue, which took some chemicals and razor blades, and
time.
Was a giant, time. It was a gigantic pain getting it done, but
Time and a lot of sweat.
And a lot of Acrosol as well.
Yes.
Which is a fantastic chemical, we found out, but
yes,
yeah, it takes that goo right off. But you don't want to get it in your eye.
Definitely. And thank you for doing that. I only did maybe 10% of it. I think you did 90% of it.
That's about it for today, folks. We just wanted to give you an update on our ambulance build. We will be doing more updates as we do some more to it, and we'll also do videos on our travels, whether that's in the ambulance or other types of travel. We are a family that likes to go places, and we'd love to take you along with us. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and we will see you next time.